All right, Honors Algebra 2, welcome to your video for your game plan, section 1-1 to 1-3, pages 1 through 6-ish, maybe 7. Anyway, this is still in your notes section. Page 1, I got to do number 2 with you. I skipped that in class. M plus 3 minus P squared. 12 plus 3 minus a -1. I am subtracting a debt of -1 from you. I'm really giving you 1. 3 minus a -1, that's why you add the opposites. Because it's debt being erased, you're actually making some money. 12 plus 16, not 8, gives you 28. On that, make sure to show all that sweet work. I know there's some issues with lighting, but we're doing the best we can. All right. M divided by 2 times P plus 4. Whoa. Here's where we're gonna see the issues on Facebook. If we were to see this problem, what do we got? This is multiplication, 2 times P. This is division. What? Remember, multiplication and division are on the same level, but you do, same thing with addition and subtraction, you go in order. So, let's put it there. Gotta do this first. 6. Now, times a -1. Plus 4. All right. 6 times a -1 now plus 4. All right. Which is a -6 plus 4, which is a -2. All right. Anyway, folks, notice how you still, if you would have done, 12 divided by -2, you still get -6. -6 plus 4 is a -2. Boom, -2. All right, let's take a look at number 4 on the next page, page 2. Number 4 here. I don't want that, I don't want that. I want this. Number 4. Okay. Number 4, evaluate. So first off, x is a -3. It's going to be raised to the 4th power minus 3 times w times y all over y to the 3rd plus 2 times w. All right, y to the 3rd plus 2 times w. -3 times -3 times -3 times -3 is 81. You have a negative times a positive times a negative. It's a positive, so plus 12 times 5, was that 60? 60. Yeah. -5 to the 3rd power is -5 times -5 times -5 plus 8. Ugh. 141 over a -117. That's a, there you go, 141 divided by -117. I am going to move this down. You can actually divide them all by 3. Put the negative on the top. All right. Don't like negatives in the denominator. That's a fine answer. It's a decimal, but you will have rounded it. So let's keep it as it is. All right, moving on here. We're going to do 5, C, and E, and then we'll get into the hashtag game time questions. Yes, 5, C, and E, looking at me. Bonus points for rhyming. All right, we got C, what do we, J is a -1. We're going to take -1 and we're going to square it. Can you see that? You can. -3 times H which is 4. We're going to square it. K, which is 1. J is a negative 1 being raised to the third power plus 2. Up top, negative 1 squared is 1 minus 3 times, order of operations says I need to do this first. 16 times 1. Negative 1 to the third is negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1, which is a negative 1 plus 2, which gives you 1 minus, this is 48 over a positive 1. Negative 47 divided by 1 is a negative 47. Okay. And let's talk about E. Do we have enough room for E? We're going to find out. On E, we got 3 times, what's K again? 1 squared. Times H, what's H? 4. Minus J, J is a negative 1. Minus 4 times a negative 1. All right. Order of operations says handle those parentheses first. Now, I can also, see this 1 to the second power? That's just 1. I can do that on its own. 4 minus a negative 1 is 4 plus 1, which is 5. Over here, I have a negative times a negative. A negative times a negative is a positive. All right, so where am I? 3 times 1 times 5 plus 4. Okay, that is 15 plus 4, which is a prime number, 19. You can end that page with a prime. All right. I believe now we get into the hashtag game time questions. So I'm going to do a few of them on page 3 with you. There. A few of these on page 2 for you. All right, let us talk about, looking over there, page 2, or number 2. So 2a plus b plus 3, all of it squared. 2 times a negative 2 is a negative 4. I can do that by itself. I know I should do the parentheses first, but 2 times negative 2 by itself is no big deal. I definitely need to square 6, add it to a negative 4 to get 32. You guys all know what you got. All right, iPad actually, the screen is not catching as much as my phone just did. Believe it or not. Okay, next we're going to do number 4. Stay right there. Number 4. 5 times C minus 2 times B minus A plus C. Okay, we can see that. 20 minus 2, okay. 3 minus a negative 2 is 5. 5 plus 4. All right. Now we have 20 minus 2 times 9. 4 and 5 give you 9. Order of operations says do that 2 times. Mr. I can't see. Do that 2 times 9 by itself. 20 minus 18 is 2. Have that down. The screen's going to go bye-bye. Order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, folks, I do want to see all that work if you want full credit on this, which I know you do. Let me do 6 with you, and then I'll do 7, and we'll go on to the next page. 6 with you here. 6 and 7. All right. On 6. Ooh. All right, you guys can see 6 on your page. I'm sorry, that's not. You get that equal sign. Let's put it right here. Can you see that? You can see that equal sign. The lighting's not good right there. So negative 2 squared plus 4 times C, which is 4. all over 3b, 2a, all right, take care of the top first. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Down below, we have 3 times 3, which is 9. A positive 2 times a negative 2 is a minus 4. 20 over 5 is 4. And 7 will be the last one we talk about on this page. 7, can you see 7? There you go, 7. B, what did we just write B as? B is 3, and it's being raised to the third power, plus A times C divided by A times B plus 2BC. All right. What do we got here? 3 to the third power is 27. A negative 2, okay, we can put plus, it's going to be goofy here. Negative 2 times positive 4 is a negative 8. Again, to add a negative is to subtract. All right. Negative 2 times 3 is a negative 6. Plus, because it's a positive times a positive times a positive, 24. It's going to give me 19 over 18. You're going to leave it like that. 19 over 18. Again, if I ever make any boo-boos, let me know. That's looking good. Now, on this next page, for you Honors Algebra 2, honestly, this is the game time section, so I don't do a lot of these with you. I think you're going to be in relatively good shape here. I would do 11 with you, and then, B times D. So actually I do 11, 17, and 18. Make sure that last video is up there. Just made a 22.5-minute video, and this one might also be pushing that length. All right, let's talk about 11. 11's not bad at all. W, which is A, negative 3, minus 2x plus y divided by 2. Division, multiplication. Negative 2 times 4 is a negative 8, plus a negative 6 divided by 2 is a negative 3. And that's negative 11. You're adding more debt. That's a negative 14. All right, so negative 14. Then let's do, sorry, I'm looking at the ground there. 17 and 18. Scrolling down. 17 and 18 to finish this part up. All right, 17, we have, you can see it there, A minus B, be careful, divided by B times D. D is 0.20 or 0.2. Up top, to subtract negative is to add, that's negative 3.2 divided by, I believe, negative 0.16. And you're like, oh my gosh. Just move that over twice, move this over twice. A negative divided by a negative is a positive. I'm pretty sure it's 20. 320 over 16 is 20. Look at all that we kind of did in our heads. Calculadora, folks, gets that calculadora sometime. Again, we are big fans of the TI-30XS multi-view. $15 to $20. Amazon, Walmart, Target. Number 18. Oh, it's right here. B squared C squared all over A times D. That's 0.64 times 25. That's 5 squared. This will now be a negative 0.8. This is going to be 16 over a negative 0.8, which is a negative 20 this time. A negative 20. Yeah, 0.64 times 24, 5, that's 16, and that's a negative 0.8. Great. Okay, for the Honors Algebra 2 group, you had a heck of a page 5. I'm going to look at that real quick. Yeah, 20 here. Talking about area. Formula for area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Write an expression to represent the area of a triangle. This is a good question just to know. Okay, you guys can read it. I'm trying. There you go. There's the figure. Anyway, the base is x plus 7. The height is 2x. So area is 1/2 base times height. A few different ways we can do it. So first off, 1/2 of 2 is 1, so those 2's will cancel. Then you'll just have x plus 7 times x. Distribute, that is x squared plus 7x. Whatever the units are, squared. All right, yeah, let's a little bit more of a challenge. All right, process that video. How about you? Then let's talk about 21. Again, pause this whenever you need to. It's going bye-bye. Let's talk about 21. Oh! Talk about 21. Okay, now we're talking about volume, and 6x is the diameter, so the radius is 3x. Volume is 1/3 pi the radius squared times the height. Okay, all right. 1/3 pi. 3 squared is 9. X squared is x squared times 2x. 1/3 pi. 9 times 2 is 18. X squared times x is x to the third. 1/3 of 18 is 6 pi x to the third units cubed. All right. Let's take a look at W and Z. Let's take a look at 25 on this page. Same page, 25. All right, on 25, I have a -5 times x times y divided by W times Z. Up top, negative times positive, we got 80. Down below, you can multiply across, or notice the 3's will cancel. -2/4 is a -2/4, a -1/2, a -0.5. And 80 divided by a negative half is a negative 160. So you got some more interesting ones, that's for sure. Okay, give me plenty of time before this is due. I want to talk quickly about some things on page 6, additive inverses, multiplicative inverses, and the like. All right, and this instructional video is about done. All right, let's take a look at 3. Let's talk about what's in additive inverse is on 3. In additive inverse, they're opposites, okay? Two numbers are additive inverses if their sum is 0. Additive inverse, another word for opposites. The additive inverse of 10 is a negative 10. Two numbers are multiplicative inverses if you multiply them and get 1. Another name for that is reciprocal. So the multiplicative inverse, we're going to write 10 as 10 over 1. Multiplicative inverse is the reciprocal of 10, which is a tenth. Which is a tenth. On number 5, the additive inverse is a negative 0.5. The multiplicative inverse, we're not going to write 1 over 0.5. That's silly. Instead, we're going to write 0.5.